Welcome to another video of Out of the Box Games. Today I'm going to show you how to make characters in Illustrator. So basically, I've got a character right here. It's going to pop up on the right side of my screen, and it is basically a Fisher. He kind of has like a pirate hat and a giant eye, small eye, scarred limb, and a fishing hook. So basically I'm going to make this guy in Illustrator, but you can make any guy in Illustrator. This one's going to be he's going to be the Fisher NPC for the game that I'm currently creating. So first of all, I like to start off by getting a rough outline with this little pointer tool. You can kind of drag all the outlines here, and this is going to be the top of his head. So this is going to be the pirate cap. I'm just going to kind of make a quick little outline for it, and then come back later and make it look a little better. So let's just do that. And get it all leveled out. So now that's kind of where the pirate hat will be, and then I'll kind of go down here, drag up, kind of so this piece of him will be underneath. So you won't actually see that. Right now it's on top, of course, but later on I'm going to put it underneath. I'm going when you drag the pointer tool, it makes this little handles on it, which can be used to make a curve. So that's why I'm kind of doing that, so I don't have everything really blocky. So I'm going to kind of do this, and he's kind of slimy on the bottom, so I really want to show that. And we're just going to end it off right here. Make it so it kind of so now he's kind of melting with the floor, and then I can do Control Shift right bracket to bring up. Left bracket is to bring it behind. Control Shift right bracket is to bring up. Control or Control Shift. They do a little bit different things. But I'm going to kind of come in here also. I've got this, so if you switch over to this white mouse, you can kind of edit the points that you made to make everything a little more symmetrical. I mean, that's kind of good, but right here I don't really like. So I might do something like that. That's kind of the bottom half. Then I'm going to want the fishing hook that is going out the right side of him. So I'm going to take this, and this is kind of a limb for him. I don't know why, but I kind of like weird things like this. And might be a little different than what it actually looks like. That's kind of fine, as long as it looks closely similar to your sketch. I mean, it's up to you, but I like to do it closely similar to my sketch. And it kind of bends at the top and gets really, so maybe maybe Control Z that. Control Z just is undo. I kind of like how it's a little bent at the top. So it's coming out from behind him like on the picture, and we're going to have strings. So for the pointer tool, you don't have to make just close-ended shapes. I can do just one-ended shapes. So that's just a line. And I can take the shape tool, make it ellipse tool, make a little bobber on the end, and I'll throw that on the end. So now it's kind of like it, but without the face and the skull. So I'm going to throw this one giant eye right here, and then a tiny eye next to it. Just kind of. Then I'm going to make an even tinier circle. Go over here to my color palette and fill that in with black. And I can bring that over and throw it in the center. So we've got one eye there. And I'm going to do a line across right there. And if let's say that's not thick enough, and I want it thicker, I'm going to come over here, take the stroke, and make it a little bigger. There we go. And now it's kind of like, but it just seems a little off. So let's move that up with the arrow keys. There we go. It's still a little off. I'll play around with it some more. Then to make this hat more 3D, it's not really 3D right now, so I'm going to kind of like start up here, and let's say we're going to have it go there. We can have it kind of look like that. Oh no. What did I do? It's filled in with black. Probably want that off none, and probably down back to one stroke as before. And we're going to want, actually, Control Z that. Oh, that was a terrible idea. But, okay, so let's do what we did before. Then, let's put the pointer tool down here, drag up, and then if you press Alt, you can change the direction of this one without changing the direction of the other one. So let's say I want it to go towards here. I'm going to have it go towards there. Click right there. Now I'm just going to have this part also hiding behind the hat. So I can do that. Take it and then do Control Shift the left bracket. That's what you call it. So now it kind of looks a little more 3D. A little better. And everything else can't really be made to look 3D. All of these are like cylinder-like objects. So that's how you get the rough outline done. Except for, I'm going to want another one of these, so I'm getting Control C, Control V that, and put it right there. So now he's got his little face. And now we want this little scarred limb over here. Okay. Cancel. Let's just drag. I accidentally made the stroke on that a little too big, but let's put it back to how it was. Let's click on that, drag it right there, and that's basically the outline complete. So he doesn't look exactly like it before, and this needs to be a little smaller. That does not look correct. Control Z that. Let's shift. If you shift hold while making it smaller, it'll stay like the same size on all sides. So now I can kind of drag that to the center, and now that looks a little better. So maybe I want some roundness here. I don't exactly know how to do that part. I'll leave that for detailing. But I think this should go in a little more. And all that you really need to do is detail a little more, make it exactly how you want it. So I'll skip to exactly how I want it in a second. Okay, I'm back, and before I get going again, I should mention to zoom in and out, you do Control plus and Control minus, so you can get closer shots. As you can see, I failed with the hat some more, made it look a little better than what it did, and then I also made these a rounded square, so rounded rectangle tool, using that. so then they looked more rounded on the sides instead of using lines. And that's all I really did. So now it's really looks pretty good. I mean, yeah. So now I'd say I'm going to go coloring it. So to color, you just get this little box called color and go over here, color. So I want a little red bobber and maybe brown hook. So I'm going to get to coloring this and I'll see you guys back in a second. Okay, I'm back and I haven't really changed much. All I've done is colored these few things, but now that I got things like colored and things will look separated, I'm going to start getting rid of borders on certain things, like these line borders. So the stroke. So I would just minus out until there's no stroke left, or go up here, go to the little stroke, and hit none. So now these eyes look, so basically what it does is it just kind of gives a little less like, or I don't know, it just looks a little better in my eyes. It's kind of more the art for my game. So most things you get rid of the border, but like I won't get rid of the border for the eyes. Those look good. I won't get rid of the border for the string, but I'll get rid of the border for everything else. Maybe I'll make this border a little smaller. So there we go. Now I've got this guy. We need to like texture him. So let's say I want to texture this. So I could take like pressing the I key, I can switch over to a dropper. And that was a terrible idea. Well, I'll go over here, switch that to black. So now that's basically the same color. So now I can make that like a little darker inside there. And let's say, so I want it to be scarred, right? I'm going to use the pen tool. Put that, and then use I to, that didn't work, to get the color of the outside. But let's put it on there. Then make the fill in none. So now we've got kind of like a little scratch there, but it's not really like the right color. So I'm going to make it a little darker so it stands out darker than the rest. And then maybe just play around with colors, making these scratches so you can Control C and Control V them. Like a bunch. So I just did a bunch and now got like a ton of scratches that I can put here. Maybe this will keep staying, but it doesn't. You might want them in a little bit different direction, a little bit different color. Just like rotate everything just a little bit and make everything like one longer, one bigger. Just change them up enough so it doesn't look like you just copy and pasted everything even though you did. And this is only if you're creating yours, like this same guy. I mean, you could be creating your own. And at this point, I can just get rid of that and just have like the stump. So this is just the stump of his old hand. Kind of some scratches. Not really, yeah, no hand anymore. There we go. I'm going to switch over to texturing this entire guy. So see you back in a second. Okay, and I'm back. So this time I kind of added like a gradient to this guy. So he's kind of darker up here, lighter down here. He's still got that stump. doesn't look exactly right. I might fiddle with that in the future. No bones yet, but this was already kind of like shaded with this being darker in the back and lighter in the forward. Then now the stick has like darker underneath while lighter on top. Same with the ball, like the light is coming from over here and shining towards it. But I'm pretty sure that's where I'm going to leave him off. I still need to add the bones and everything, but I don't, like, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to basically tweak with him in the future, and I don't want to add that part on just yet until he's like in the game. So that's where I'm going to leave you guys off. That's how I make my characters. I know I didn't do a great job at explaining, but there you go. Bye.